Hi, this is Alcan. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to give a shout out to fellow YouTuber Louis Rossman, the Right to Repair guy. Some of his videos he's been hammering New York City Transit and the MTA because he can't understand how is it an agency could collect so much money and yet waste it so badly. Well, we agree with you on that. And yes, thanks for reminding those on your channel. There's a lot of YouTubers that cover subways and stuff. I mean, you didn't mention us by name, but yes, thank you. So, in fact, I'm going to answer some questions about why this agency seems to be wasting so much money more than they collect. Well, for starters, when I worked there through 2018, I'm not sure. I think they did split the agency between the buses and the subway. They had two presidents. When they had the one president, you know how many vice presidents they had in New York City Transit? 37. Yeah, I kid you not. 37 vice presidents. I don't know why they need 37. I mean, the President of the United States only has one VP. Could you imagine if he had 37 vice presidents? Something happened to the president? Who would you get who becomes the next president? Yeah. Or the fact that where they try to cut waste in the transit system a few years ago. Oh, we're going to cut 2,700 managerial jobs. What happened? They only cut 270. The rest was maintenance and operations. So that's the reason why now your bus and subway system is so badly short of people. Not just COVID, but bad decisions. Also, this agency borrows money from the capital market. So guess what? You have to pay the bondholders. I don't know if you've ever seen those commercials in the past where they had Leventhal and Franklin Investments. They had a commercial where they had traffic on the city above, and then they go down to the subway, and they're talking about municipal bonds. Yes, so the bondholders have to be paid. So that takes a lot of money out of the agency budget. Yes, of course, salaries, pensions, and so on. But it's kind of funny because unlike Long Island Railroad Metro North, our stuff is not exactly expensive. They always claim, oh yeah, it costs a lot of money to do this and cover this and cover. Yeah, but railroad pensions cost more than a New York City Transit employee's pension. And don't forget that. Their salaries are more. And they get 20-year pensions. Transit employee has to work 33 to 50 years to get a decent pension. So they get it in 20, we get it over 30. But yes, it is going to cost more because we have to stay longer. And the longer we stay, the more medical problems we're going to have. Yes, it's going to cost you more. Also, you got to pay for fuel, electricity. I remember one year they had fuel for the buses went sky high. And it's not your regular gasoline. they had some kind of special fuel they were using for the buses, and they only had one vendor, and for some reason his prices shot up. Also, you also have to pay for something you don't even think about. Drug testing. That's not cheap. Yeah, New York City Transit wanted drug testing so bad. Oh, they got it. Unfortunately, they won't be able to get rid of it either. Oh, it's for safety reasons. Yeah, right. Safety. Well, we heard that one before. Oh, yes. Safety when it's for their convenience, not safety when it's for your convenience. Remember they talk about, platform doors on the subway? Why did it take so long? Because it wasn't in their interest to put it in. But the drug testing was in their interest. Oh, we're doing it for safety. Actually, they're using the drug test to see if you're taking medications, not just illegal drugs or alcohol, to root you out and kick you out. That's a transit. I mean, one conductor tested for a high level of sugar at the Mac Center. The only problem is, it wasn't that he had diabetes. He just drank a large glass of orange juice. So he's out of service for no reason. But yes, the agency spends a lot of money on nonsense, failed projects, and then sometimes they come up with the most ridiculous pilot programs. Opto is a prime example. You would think, if we get rid of the conductor, we save a lot of money. This is an agency that doesn't know how to spend money wisely. What do you think they're going to do with that extra money they save by not having a conductor on board the train? Just like anything else, they spend it on nonsense. They're not spending it to improve service. Sometimes they use it to make service worse on the line. Prime example, let's take the Franklin Avenue shuttle. That used to be an 8-car train. Now, these days, it's a 2-car train. 2 75-footers. And they reduced some of the platforms' length. Except Franklin Avenue and Prospect Park. Of course, if they try to limit the platform over there, then they would have a problem with the B&Q trains at Prospect Park. So, but the other stations, they limit this length. So, if you had a mass ridership all of a sudden on the Franklin Avenue shuttle, and you need more cars, sorry, you're out of luck. And it's not in the budget to extend the platforms if they had to get rid of Opto and try to put a regular train back in. Same problem's happening, of course, on the G line. 4-car train. The ridership over there is increasing continuously. But shortage of cars prevent them from adding more cars to the line. Of course, it's the stupid Opto again. Shouldn't have been put there in the first place. But unfortunately, when transit did this garbage, they didn't expect the growth that took place around the L line. So of course, some of that growth ended up crossing over to the G line. So I don't know what to tell you. They made some miscalculations, and unfortunately now the ridership is paying for it. They could have avoided this problem by simply keeping the R42s and the R32s around until the 211s came around. But no, they got rid of those because they're not auto compliant. Oh yes, auto. One-person train operation. And the motorman is supposed to be compensated for operating an auto train. He only gets paid $2 for every trip he makes. Rest of the time he sits down, go to the bathroom, whatever, he doesn't get that. But we don't see what they did with the money. There's never been an audit on the auto program. And on some of the auto lines, he had pretty bad stations. You would think the money they saved from not having conducted aboard these auto trains, they could have used it to improve the stations in some of these lines. No. Broadway and the G, for example, or Chambers Street on the M. They run opto. They're extended to Chambers on the weekend. But it's taking a long time to even start putting in an elevator at that station. So where is this auto money going to? But, we have an agency that likes to spend money and waste it and nothing to show for it. You would think by now they would have had the platform barriers up on the subway, but no. But there's always stories about uncontrollable spending and poor decisions and whatnot that never made the public, like the 37 vice presidents. And to make matters worse, here's the kicker with this, the MetroCard machines, because they only give change in quarters. Every time there's a fare increase, it has to be done by quarters. I mean, you could put nickels and dimes into the thing, but the change is always in quarters. So instead of raising the fare like 10 cents or 15 cents, it has to be by quarters. So it could be 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. It's been a boondoggle. Let's hopefully, now that the non-card machines are in place, this nonsense will come to an end. And the next time there's a fare increase, it won't be by a quarter or more. So let me know if you know anything else, that transit did. It was, they spent money and it didn't work out. And leave it in the comments below. So this is Alcan saying so long for now, and don't forget your stop. Unfortunately, New York City Transit always seem to miss their stop. And sometimes the bumping block too. By the way, supervisor did that on the Frank shuttle. Oh, you gotta operate over the ice? Yeah.